Hi, this is Alex.
And this is Joseph.
And this is our AP video project. The United States of America, the country who believes in equality, freedom, and liberty, always talks about how they fight for these beliefs, protecting it at all costs, making America seem as this country with no flaws. But this was proven false when we took AP US history. We learned that America always says they fight for these beliefs, but they also don't follow their own ideals. The US is always presented as the greatest country in the world with the ideals of natural rights, equal opportunity, and liberty. On the surface level, America does sound like a great country. However, the causes of the Civil War exposes profound problems between the North and the South on the issue of slavery. In the end, blacks gained their rights with the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment in 1865, which they felt they were actually equal and finally can vote to change their lives for good. Unfortunately, in the South, they tried to restrain their new freedoms with the Jim Crow's laws and the Black Codes. This relating to the topic of how America is not as it perceives to be, ignoring African Americans of their rights for centuries. This displays the conflicts deep within America, proving that America can be contradicting itself. During the Gilded Age, America was still seen as a great country until people started to look deeper into it, finding out that America was not following their own guidelines. Trust began to form between large business corporations, creating a monopoly that ruins the chances for these coming to America with big dreams. Most immigrants coming to America are trying to escape their original country because of religious persecution, to start a new life, or to seek the American dream. Unfortunately, most immigrants coming to America did not receive the dreams they were hoping for and were used to fuel big corporations, taking advantage of the incoming immigrants by making them work low wages, poor conditions, and long hours, leaving them to live in cramped apartments called dumbbell tenements. This deprived these factory workers from America's beliefs of equality. The immigrants in factories were similar to the African Americans in the South, both treated poorly and deprived of their rights as another human being.
After many years, women had enough and started their movement in 1848 during the Seneca Fall Convention. Women protested constantly to be able to gain their right to vote, similarly to black people who were granted the right to vote. It was only in 1920 where women gained their right to vote with the 19th Amendment. Many women afterwards fought for new reasons, such as Margaret Sanger, who fought for legalization of birth control. Betty Friedan fought for women to be able to work freely and break traditional roles of women, and Norman McCorvey, who fought to legalize abortion in Roe v. Wade. Black people started to fight to not be separated from white people, and they did this by protesting with leaders like Rosa Parks, who led the Montgomery bus boycott, and Martin Luther King Jr., who led nonviolent resistance throughout the South. They eventually had a successful case to equality with the Brown versus Board of Education, which led to this desegregation in schools. Additionally, President Ike passed the Civil Rights Act of 1957, protecting blacks' right to vote. They continued to gain more rights, like the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Voting Rights Act of 1965, and the 24th Amendment passed by President LBJ, which helped blacks a lot by removing poll taxes, punishing racial discrimination in voting, and not allowing discrimination of a person's race, sex, color, religion, or national origin. Even after the accomplishments from the civil rights movement, America is beginning to follow through with their ideas for a period of time until recently, where America began to halt on their beliefs. The new abortion bans that are happening in America challenges Roe v. Wade, causing women to not have the choice of abortion except for certain cases. This basically restrains her freedom of choice. Today, Trump tries to remove our current immigration system to change it to a system that favors the more high-skilled workers, which isn't equal because some people come here for jobs that can give them enough money to support their family. These immigrants aren't looking for professional jobs like doctors, lawyers, and etc. because they want to be able to gain enough money to support their family so they can have a good life. America to this day in 2019 is still not as great as a country as we view it, but can be changed with the people's vote to improve America for the better.